Hi everyone, 1 and 2. I'm back here with you on Module 4, and we're going to be picking up where we left off yesterday with our story, Trial by Combat. So as a reminder, we're reading part 2 of the story, and here's a reminder about what happened in the part we read yesterday. So remember, Emily is in Mrs. Allen's apartment with the intention of confronting her about the stolen items from her apartment. Emily stood by the window for a minute, looking out on Mrs. Allen's daily view, the fire escape opposite, an oblique slice of the street below. Then she took a deep breath and turned around. Actually, Mrs. Allen, she said, I had a reason for dropping in. Other than to make my acquaintance, Mrs. Allen said, smiling. I don't quite know what to do, Emily said. I don't like to say anything to the landlady. The landlady isn't much help in an emergency, Mrs. Allen said. Emily came back and sat on the bed, looking earnestly at Mrs. Allen, seeing a nice old lady. It's so slight, she said, but someone has been coming into my room. Mrs. Allen looked up. I've been missing things, Emily went on, like handkerchiefs and little inexpensive jewelry, nothing important, but somebody's been coming into my room and helping themselves. I'm sorry to hear it, Mrs. Allen said. You see, I don't like to make trouble, Emily said. It's just that someone's coming into my room. I haven't missed anything of value. I see, Mrs. Allen said. I just noticed it a few days ago. And then last Sunday, I was coming down from the roof and saw someone coming out of my room. Do you have any idea who it was? Mrs. Allen asked. I believe I do, Emily said. Mrs. Allen was quiet for a minute. I can see where you wouldn't like to speak with the landlady, she said finally. Of course not, Emily said. I just wanted to stop. Pause the video here and answer question 1. I don't blame you, Mrs. Allen said. You see, it means someone has the key to my door, Emily said pleadingly. All the keys in this house open all the doors, Mrs. Allen said. They're all old-fashioned locks. Pause here and answer question 2. It has to stop, Emily said. If it doesn't, I'll have to do something about it. I can see that, Mrs. Allen said. The whole thing is very unfortunate. She rose. You'll have to excuse me, she went on. I tire very easily, and I must be in bed early. I'm so happy you came to see me. Pause here and answer question 3. I'm so glad to have met you at last, Emily said. She went to the door. I hope I won't be bothered again, she said. Good night. Good night, Mrs. Allen said. And that's the end of the portion we're reading today for Module 4. So once you've read this second part and you've answered all those questions, please feel free to go back to rewind the video. Once you're finished with that, you're going to move on to the direct instruction video and notes. Great job.